Hello, church, and welcome to the pastor's update for Thursday, December 10th, 2020. This is not my customary space. I was up in Truckee picking up something, a Christmas present type thing. There's no secret about that, so just don't worry about having to hold that as if you can't tell anybody. But anyway, I was up here and I just decided to kind of pull off and find a trail and see some snow. Hadn't yet been up to the mountains yet, and been hearing that there was some snow. So I'm in this beautiful setting. It is a little close to the highway, but nonetheless, it's wonderful to be up here to get the fresh air and see how beautiful it is. Just within an hour of where we are in Auburn, there's just so much beauty around. So this is where I'm coming to you from today. Today I want to just reiterate a couple things that I started talking about last week. First, a couple giving opportunities for you all to please consider in your Christmas time generosity and your giving. We are supporting and allied with Growing Hope Globally, which is a wonderful organization. Kind of as I was saying last week, it's akin to Heifer Project, where they really train people to be sustaining or to operate in a sustainable way. And it just it's a wonderful organization. And there's more. You can look at last week's worship service to see a little bit more about it. But just to remind you that anything you give to them will be matched 200%, so 2 to 1. Of what you give. So just if you're thinking about where to give an offering or some money this year to support something, that's a wonderful organization. So please, if you want to make a check out, send it to the church, make it out to FCC Auburn, and then just put Growing Hope Globally in the memo line. And secondarily, there's also another offering that we take every year. And it's related to retired UCC clergy. They've served in churches, they served as chaplains, they served abroad. It's called the Christmas Fund, and it goes to support sustaining clergy after they've retired, and many of whom don't retire with a lot of finances. Maybe they've served a small rural church. Maybe they just never quite earned that much in their lifetime, so it can be difficult to survive after you retire. So the Christmas Fund is one of the 5 annual offerings that the United Church of Christ offers. You're always so generous with all these offerings, so please do consider giving to that one as well. And again, send checks to the church, make them out to the church. You can make it in the memo line, call it Christmas Fund. So thank you for doing that. I almost forgot, as I'm standing here in our children's play area next to our wonderfully producing mandarin tree that was planted only a year or so ago now. But this coming weekend, December 13th, our youth group and some adults are going to be participating in a fundraiser that you can benefit from. So if you want mandarins, you can buy a bag of, let's see, I think it's 8-pound bag for $10 and a 20-pound box for $20. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please get in touch with Becca Kreiner at the church. Send her an email, and you can get your name on the list to get a box or a bag of these mandarins that we'll be getting this weekend. So don't miss out, because that's a great opportunity and a great price. And half of what's raised will go to support the upcoming service trip, the next time we can take a service trip with our youth group. And then the other half will go to a local charity of the kids' choice. So please support this effort. It's a wonderful cause. Secondarily, after our council meeting this week, we had more conversation about what our plans are for upcoming worship services related to Christmas. And look, I know that tonight is, I'm recording this on a Thursday, and as of later this evening, we will be in sort of a shelter-in-place mode. So, admittedly, it's hard to make plans, but nonetheless, we persist. So, Christmas, December 19th, which is a Saturday, out in the parking lot, I think, or in a space not far from the parking lot. We're going to be offering our Advent Spiral, which is a beautiful meditative service where there will be greens, there will be candles, there will be an opportunity to walk a labyrinth and to reflect on this year, which has been unique and full and how do you characterize it? How do you say? But it's been a year of a lot of changes, a lot of opening, and so the Advent Spiral is a powerful way to enter into that spirit of reflection, of consideration of what has been, and close as it is to the longest night of the year, or the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice. It's that opportunity to reflect on the onset of newness and opportunity to step into something new as we approach the next year. So that will happen on Saturday, December 19th. We'll begin at 6 o'clock. And again, just come up to the church parking lot and you'll be able to find us. Again, it'll be outside. Please do bring a mask, but the rest will be provided for you. And then Christmas Eve. I'm still planning to have a Christmas Eve bonfire of sorts outside, also at 6 p.m. And we're hoping to have a little bit of food, a little hot chocolate, gather around a fire at a safe distance, do some lessons, carols, maybe a story or a message, and celebrate that powerful, beautiful night together, Christmas Eve. And please know this too, we will find a way to record these services and then put them up on the church website so that you will have an opportunity to participate in them, even if you haven't had a chance or if you're just not comfortable attending them in person. So we will find a way to make a recording of them. And if the recording doesn't turn out, if it's too dark, don't worry, we'll find another way to put something else up that captures the spirit and the beauty of this Christmas season. So, you know, as I'm out here today and I'm considering, you know, everything that we've been through this year, I'm finding myself feeling really grateful. I said this to council, but just for all the people, all of you who have been such a positive source of strength that have kept the foundation of this church, not just surviving, but kind of staying strong. And from your care for our site at the church itself to your support and participation in whatever programs we've been able to do, whether via Zoom or some of the live gatherings even we've been able to do, to your outreach and connection with the community, in all the ways that you remain a powerful, connected family for the First Congregational Church of Auburn. I'm just so grateful and thankful. And I hope that for every one of you, that in the midst of all the stuff that's been a challenge this year, that you all feel even maybe more powerfully that sense of connection and community and strength and vitality and opening. That, yeah, it called on different parts of you that you didn't maybe know you had or that you hadn't utilized before, but it created a lot of growth too. And we're here now, and we have a chance to look ahead and figure out what it will look like to be church together next year. And yes, we anticipate being able to get together again physically at some point next year, but until that happens, we still have a chance to be the church in new ways, to embrace new technologies, new means of being together even when we can't be together in the ways we're accustomed to. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel a real sense of not just gratitude, but anticipation of what's to come. I'm thankful for all of you for staying connected and maintaining your support in all the ways that you have. And so I look forward to wherever the future brings us, however it happens, it will have wonderful, powerful opportunities. So in the midst of all that is, I pray that each one of us is able to hold on to that, to hold that dear. Friends, until we meet again, may you all be held in the peace and the love of Christ.